Hey, Soul Survivor. So, we're going to talk about what happened to me today. Also, this narcissistic world. There was just a shooting at the local hospital where two people got shot. The cars all shot up. And I go to check my bank statement, and thousands of dollars are gone. I'm almost completely out of money. And I start looking through, and I see these transactions for like $700 each, $650, several, many of them I've been saving for a house. And it's all linked to Amazon. So I look at these purchases and they're all going to two different uh one is a abandoned home and the other is a condominium where they are shipping all these high dollar products to. So I didn't cry, but some of the traumas that I've been through, I realize I don't cry. It's a coping mechanism where it just is what it is. You get to a point of a tolerance. Like I can give an example of one time I hit a deer. I freaked out. Next time you're like, dang it. Third time you're like, oh man, happened again. That over time, we start to become desensitized to certain things and we might not take action based on the way that we're feeling. So, of course, I need this money. Of course, I'm taking the action needed, but we have to protect ourselves. We have to have this world accountable. And in the shooting thing, if you see something, tell someone. In my instance, we have to protect ourselves. And that's just like looking at red flags with the narcissist, where you have to try to foresee some things. I have no clue how this person got my card. I've been hyper vigilant on things, but every now and then I do order online, which I don't like. But this whole world is starting to become unsafe. You can't even go to the hospital without risk of getting caught in the crossfire. You can't make an online purchase, but we're starting to go to a cashless society and it's starting to get even more scary. Now, I did see a few times in my emails said something about Walmart purchase, or I'm sorry, Amazon purchase. And I'm like, I almost never shop on Amazon. So you think your card's safe in there? It is stored, but I don't know if somehow they hacked into the Amazon account or somehow through some order that I put in. And it's really hard to know what is true. So I didn't click on those emails because I checked Amazon scam and there are those scams that are out there. So I didn't follow up because I'm like, this is just a scam. But it was a purchase and they're emailing me about my purchase. So where do we go from here? We're scared to click on emails. We're scared to add friends on Facebook because we don't know if it's a hacked account. And we have to follow through with the steps that we can take. So I'm going to do what I need to do. If I need to file a police report or that, I don't know. If you guys know, do you file a police report on that? I have to contact my bank. My bank has already dismissed me over to Amazon and back and forth. Like I'm doing this with my insurance company too, that screwed up when I had a leg issue and they owe me $7,000, which is private paid. They messed up my insurance and working a year and a half. And it turns out my insurance company first, they didn't update. They took my money and didn't update my account. So luckily they do see that the payment was received. They didn't transfer the account that they needed to. So they told me that, if I do all this paperwork and you submit it, that they're going to pay the insurance company, but the insurance or the hospitals, this is what makes me mad about the hospitals. They get your money, they get the insurance company's money, and then you have to still request it. They don't just send it back. I think it should be made mandatory that they send it back to you without you having to request it. So we have to be on task of everything we do. Everything is like double, third, fourth steps to where we can't just rely on people to do the right thing. The hospital should know to send the money back. The insurance companies should not give you the runaround. So many people give up and, reporting a crime that was done against you. Sometimes people that have dealt with sexual abuse. I know I didn't report. And, that was back in 1988, but should we report those things? Sometimes it gets tricky in those kind of situations, but this world is going out of control. And the people don't look at what they are doing to other people. So these people, they just wanted something probably to sell or to have a new electronic, that they don't realize that they've just drained thousands of dollars from me. Luckily, I just bought food yesterday. My neighbor owes me $60, so that'll get me gas for the week. I start my teaching job on this coming Monday or Tuesday, and they just leave people in a really tight spot. I have all these auto pays for credit cards, which, it's just such a big hassle. So if you've had your identity stolen, comment below. How long did it take to get your identity back? I canceled the credit cards. I took the credit card off of Amazon, but it leaves me in a predicament. And we are hurting each other, because then some people would go off in a tangent and start, I don't know, displacing that anger in other ways, whether they yell at their family or they smash something, or now they're in desperation mode, so they're going to steal something, that we are just causing the snowball effect. So I can handle what I'm doing, but it's an extra hassle right before I start. I should have been doing lesson plans today, but instead I'm caught up doing all this other stuff. Now I'm trying to get extra money until my debit card comes. And so now I'm teaching online extra. So I'm already doing like too much. I would like to enjoy the last few days of my break, but I'm going to be working extra. But life throws you lemons, make lemonade, but I'm not really a fan of lemonade. I'd rather just have a nice, calm life. But it is starting to get really scary. And the AI that is coming is scaring me too, because like I said, you don't know which Facebook account is going to be real. They've had, who was it? Not Armstrong. I can't remember his name. Has an A in it. He walked on, I believe he was one of the first astronauts, and they had this video where he's like, no, we did not land on the moon. And the more research I did, it seems like we did. There's a conspiracy theories, but as far as that video, it was with Conan O'Brien, and it seems real. Like he just said that, but I think it's like a voiceover, that as time goes by, we're not going to know what is safe. And I just don't want society to implode on us, that we can only do so much, but we still need to do our own part. We have to protect ourselves, look out for red flags, learn how to handle stressors or anger, that you don't get caught up, and change who you are into somebody who is going to become narcissistic in that survival mode. So it is good to have a good network of friends who can help you through the hard times. Luckily, my mom was wonderful. She's like, if you need me to pay your bills, I can pay them. You can pay me back later when you get the money back. And it just worked out. I lent my neighbor $60, and he is supposed to get paid today and give it back to me. He probably will. So there's my gas money for the week. So things do start to work themselves out. Sometimes we have to be patient. Sometimes we have to have faith. Sometimes we might need to reach out to some of our friends, and hopefully we've built strong relationships where we don't take advantage or for granted the friendships that we do have. Check in with your people. Some of us are like, well, they haven't called me. And, it's okay to say, it's your turn. Next time, tag you're it. That we can kind of help people treat us the way we need to be treated. Because sometimes we get hurt, like they should have called me. Do we let them know that? We don't want to hound them, but if you say it once and somebody really cares about you, they should come through for you. And a lot of people are getting lazy with text. They're also relying on text as a way of communicating. There can be miscommunication with that. People are missing out on how people interact in conversations that aren't just text messages. And you see with, I was an art teacher last year. This year I'm teaching psychology, but last year I had the kids draw a self-portrait, and so many, a good percentage, maybe 10%, which I think is a lot, drew themselves with a mask on. their self-portrait, their self-identity was with a mask. And it misses out on reading body language, like facial expressions, that it's going to be harder to recognize what somebody's feeling. So I want to do some more videos. Let me know if you guys would like more body language videos, because there's things that we can pick up on. If somebody likes us, they're going to lift their head like, hey. If they don't, they'll kind of nod their head down like, I see you're here. And if we can pick up on those little clues. Also, you know, the first person you look at when a big group of people somebody tells a joke, you look at the person you're connected with the most. And we can start picking up on body language clues. You often will lean towards the person. If you cross your legs, it's going to be towards the person that you care about. Doesn't always work that way because we get uncomfortable, but if it's like a love interest, a lot of times you'll kind of sit close. There's different green flags, red flags that we should be able to learn how to pick up on. But the narcissist, it's interesting. I was watching something on schizophrenia about the flat effect, and it was a very, very interesting video about a girl who committed a murder. And she kept saying, that's not my name. Don't call me that. I did not kill anybody. She's changing her age, where she lived, but her flat effect it's kind of like a clue that maybe she is in a different identity. And you know, the dark eyes or the blank stares or not being able to maintain eye contact, or if somebody's lying, they're going to blink a lot right afterwards to kind of, it's blinking rebound, something like that, where who kind of got like, it's almost like you're washing yourself away from that lie. And I am really worried about where this world is going, because you need to have trust to have a true relationship. And we're going to get to a point when none of us trust anything, because there are those voiceovers with AI. There's so many scams out there. I couldn't even trust to open my email. I could have been alerted earlier. I also get certain things that, congratulations, whether it's a coupon or you won something, that I don't even open it. So we're starting to change. Like, are you guys like me where you don't open all your emails anymore? And some of them have good information that you may either be interested in or need, that I'm kind of slacking off on my emails. And sometimes that trickles into work, because it's becoming a habit of just blinding things out. So I need to take the time to unsubscribe to things, but we can help each other, alerting each other of scams that are out there, not letting it go. I've done that with certain people where it's like, you've been hacked, and I do it in a safe way where I'm like, tell your sister that she's been hacked. And, you know, because I don't even know if I go to that site, if that's going to be the person. You know, you have your friend list and you click through the friends that you've already accepted, that the people you hang around with can really take your life in different directions. And I really want you guys to be cautious of that you avoid negative energy, but you also don't add to that negative energy. So if you're dealing with somebody who is irate or screaming at you, calling you cut downs, that you don't add to the negative energy. That if they say something offensive, that you try not to get hurt and react to that, because that's going to give them more fuel to the fire to react back on you. And it's just going to get out of hand. They say, be the bigger person. We have to realize what steps we can take. We have to learn which battles to fight. And we have to think of the outcome. Because if you are dealing with a psychopath, sociopath, anybody with the dark triad or a narcissist, that they will hold grudges, they will seek revenge, and a lot of times there's no mercy. They don't care about what they do to the other people. Just like those people that bought all that stuff off of Amazon on my dollar. They don't care about me. Even if I came up to them, they're not going to feel sorry and like, oh, I'm sorry you don't have gas money to get to your new job. Here's some money back. They're going to deny it. They're going to either beat me up because I tried to confront them, that I have to take the right avenues to protect myself, which is through the bank. And luckily, we had that set up to where you have fraud protection type stuff. But in relationships, you don't have that protection. And if you are going through a custody battle or a breakup with a narcissist, a lot of times, those can be the most volatile times. And you have to foresee what's going to happen. If you guys have questions, I can let you know. People do have certain behavior patterns where you can kind of predict what will happen based on how they've acted, certain words that they've said. I'm really good at understanding the meaning behind what somebody says. So if you guys would like an analysis of like texts or letters or emails, certain words are chosen. And when, especially in heated arguments, the words come out without the thought. It's kind of like a truth serum. Same with alcohol, the truth serum, in a sense where it's unfiltered, that people choose certain words. And if you know how to read those words, you can understand the true meaning behind it. And that's what I'm dedicating my life to, is understanding. And we also have to remember when we're trying to talk to a narcissist that they are different. They come from a different type of communication style. They also have a lot of shame, so they're going to be on the defensive. When you try to talk to them, it can be something really, really nice. And because of their low self-esteem, you can even say, hey, you look really great today. And they'll be like, I don't look good every day. Or is that what you're saying? Or they kind of attack back, or they don't have the true self-esteem to go, yeah, thank you. I feel good today. I think so too, or whatever. Which is kind of conceited. But it's okay to say certain things like that, I mean, if you feel good, you feel good. But when you try to talk to a narcissist, they twist it because they don't believe it. They know who they are. They know what they're hiding. And, even if you're like, you're such a good husband, thank you. And they're going to be like, does she know something? What is she trying to say? Or it could be vice versa. And arm yourself with the right kind of protection. And being with a narcissist, if you guys stay with a narcissist, it's going to be very lonely. And it's going to be a roller coaster ride. And I really want you guys to understand how it causes brain damage. That, we can sit there and say, I'm stronger than this. I can get through it. I can change them. But we have to realize it's like an infection that's going on inside of us. That seed has been planted in our head, whether it's a seed of doubt, like, wait, they went to work on Sunday. They never work on Sunday. So we're trying to figure it out. Little things like that will start to fester in your brain. And when you try to get information, confirmation, affirmation, that you're going to start to see red flags, and your brain's going to start working and working and working. And it's going to get to the point where you are just so off because of the way the relationship goes. And we can think we're more powerful. So if you have a flat effect and you don't care, you're just with somebody as a roommate, depending on the narcissism, because there is a spectrum, and not everybody that's narcissistic has NPD. Some of the people with NPD can be violent. Not all of them are. Some of them can scream and spew insults. Not all of them do that. So it's really hard to see until that mask falls. So be cautious. And I wish this world was a little easier, but we're going to navigate it together. One-on-ones are available. Topic requests are welcome, and stay safe out there.